Good morning, YouTube. This is Robert Firestone. It's 9:10 a.m. 5/23/2019. Forgive me if the still pops and cracks a bit. I'm going to still try to keep my voice down to a monotone. I'm smoking an old cigarette right now, too. Some things come to my attention through Harvey Dent. I just love how this thing does this thing. Man, this thing's a POS. Anyway, there was a couple girls, and I'm not going to mention no names because Harvey Dent have to vet them himself. I don't know if they're some of the old individuals that was involved in this matter with the TDA accounts. Harvey's been trying, and this is for Harvey, but Harvey's been trying to get in touch with Heather and Tucci Giraffe. Okay, he's right near the so-called Federal Corrections prison that she's housed in. Okay, they've been giving him a runaround. Okay, another black lady released a video, I guess a week or so ago, which was strange for me because it took her this long to put the video out. I mean, that was kind of strange. But anyway, I guess because Harvey, again, brother, you're stepping in a backyard that's got a whole lot of truth in it, and they don't like it. So they're slinging up their side of bullshit however they can sling it up. Another reason I'm making this video is I went and looked up Heather and Tucci on Bing, and I went through Contra, spoke it, and it popped right up. Okay, but I'm also saying that I've seen a lot of familiar faces. I also grabbed and posted or copy and pasted a bunch of photos, court documents, different things. So if this is trying to be scrubbed on the internet, I ask for everybody to go forth that don't have the records, start getting in touch with the old people that was in this first part of this movement. It was strange that I didn't see Harvey's face one time on Bing, but I seen a whole bunch of other familiar faces on there. Not going to mention no names because that would be right on my behalf. Okay. Harvey. Went to, and I left you a message in your comments, just like you asked us to get this figured out who these two women are. Okay. They're claiming that the records has been scrubbed in Tennessee. Okay. Well, the IUV website has not been scrubbed. It has every court record on there. Okay. I found some anomaly, I can't say it right. I found some things that looks kind of suspicious. Okay. Not no lawyer. Don't know how all these records are done. But anyway, document 116 was the PACER document, okay? Then it goes into the filed documents, but it goes from 116 to 118. 117 is missing, okay? I'm not going to mention the detective's name because my understanding and the people that tried to dig this guy up, this detective is a ghost, okay? But he ends up in two places on this list of U.S. versus, okay? And he's at the top of the page and he's at the bottom of the page. The bottom of the page, he's under dependent with an R. Don't know what that means, okay? But he's also on the top of the page as part of the U.S. versus Heather and Tucci. That didn't make a whole lot of sense to me either. But anyway, if they're trying to shove us down a memory hole and trying to get us to forget it, they can forget it, okay? Because everything that was put forth to show everybody that this stuff is real, okay? It is very real, okay? Because we can't reach out and get a hold of it and utilize it and use it for ourselves, don't mean that we won't eventually find that key that opens that door. And I do believe that will happen, okay? Somewhere also in these court records, I don't know if it was after she left Tennessee or before she left Tennessee, but my understanding, our new president, Donald John Trump, is also mentioned in her court records. Okay? So, this ain't no threat. If I have to, and I had to go back through to find his name and see how it was done, I will release that part of it on the internet. Okay? I'm also kind of putting this video out because of what I had to just say. Okay? If it's owed, it's owed. Quit playing with it. If it's not owed, there needs to be somebody come to explain this in a manner where our dumbasses can say, okay, now I understand. But I don't think it's quite the case, because if these two girls are correct, don't know if they are yet. Like Harvey said, he hadn't had time to dig into it, and he was getting ready for work. I jumped on it this morning the best I could right now without actually calling Tennessee District Court there about this, okay? Well, the ones that know, we already know that a court system is another bank that does nothing but harbor crooks with nice big titles. Lawyers, judges, law enforcement of all different types, 3-letter agencies. But I am saying this out front. I do believe, and I always have believed, that it's there. Because Harvey shows in detail on what he done, which is fine. That's great. I mean, that's even more proof to all of this. Okay? I went and talked to a bank representative, this has been a year or so ago, just to find out what it would take to access an account. And the lady went through the whole spiel, okay? You need account numbers, and you need this, and you need that. And I was looking at her, and I told her, well, if I have all these things, and I wanted to say, take this account and use it on eBay. I used it for the example. I said, what would I need? And she told me the routing number and the account number, okay? And I asked her, I said, now, being that this is electronic, I said, and I use it, okay, and put it in my eBay, okay, as an account. I said, is it gonna, if this account number and everything don't come back correct, I said, would eBay know? She said, yes, instantly. Because everything is digital. If these things didn't work or they didn't exist, they would not work. So I ended up linking 2 of my so-called TDA accounts to eBay just to see if they would go through. And there was another account I went through and done it. They wanted to pull out $1. It pulled out $1. And when it did, it accessed the account and verified everything, and I had my account set up. I've done this several places. Okay, and I even went back to the bank with some other questions, because after I've done it, I had a few things. I wanted to know, some things about it, how it worked, and this, that, and the other. And a lady seen that I was inquisitive about it, and she wanted to know what was going on, and I went to start explaining it to her. And once I got it out to her, she explained to me straight to my face that if your name and your social security number accesses accounts that don't exist, you would know instantly. But she also told me if they do exist, they would come up as existing accounts, and they have. Time and time and time and time and time and time again. Okay. Don't know where the key element is to all of this. I know that Heather Ann Tucci, supposedly there in California, and Harvey's been trying his best to get at her, to ask her some questions, take some pictures of her. Don't know what's going on there. Also, I have a phone number for anybody that would be interested. It's DC Department of Correction Inmate Notification Coordinator, 202-673-7316, being supposedly that was the last place she was at before she got transferred out of there, my understanding. Then they took her on a United States tour. Didn't understand that one either. Okay? I do know that there's a bunch of dirty bastards running this world. Okay? Some of the old names that we all know, the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, Pacers, a bunch of these assholes had a whole lot of things set up. People can believe it if they want to. If they don't, black and white facts don't lie. Okay? What's being, every time is being lied to us is another human being not knowing themselves or convinced that we're a bunch of nutcases. We are not. I'm letting y'all know. The crooks and the criminals that has been screwing us since birth. Okay? Harvey had done a video to try to explain it to people, and I'd said it too. The best way to make this understandable for most, the day that you are born, you are also born with another identity, known as a straw man, that you carry around in your pocket the rest of your life, and use this identity, this straw man, as you. But the straw man is not you. The straw man is a piece of paper that's got a bunch of information on it that makes it a legitimate, legalized document to be used by said human being that bleeds, farts, shits, all the necessary things to be a human. Speak. But anyway, I won't make this very long, and forgive me if there's any popping and cracking. I try to keep my voice down to a certain monotone so it wouldn't. I'm hoping it's loud enough. But anyway, I figured this needed to get out. If they're running around trying to scrub records, get rid of records, this even tells me if they're going through this much trouble to try to get rid of things, I can't say for sure this is what's going on. But if this is the case, it's going to show me even more validation that this shit is real, more so than what they could ever claim. Because why would they be going through all of this to make sure that nobody could find the information, or find Heather, or find the court records? Okay? If it was fraudulent, she's pulling the time, supposedly. I don't know if she is or not. Harvey's been trying his ass off to see if she's there. We still don't know. We don't know who the actors are, and we don't know who the truth tellers are in all of this. Not relaying that message to other people that's been trying their ass off too. And like I said, the Bing search thing through Contra brought up a whole bunch of familiar faces and also documents, and I did download, and I've got them pull to the side and put them on a zip stick so they don't disappear. So if anyone needs these, I can put them in a file, hopefully, and send them in through an email. But I'm just letting y'all know that this is the case. Peace to all of y'all. Y'all have a good day. And I'm going to get off here. And this, like I said, just don't make a whole lot of sense. Peace.